You know what? I kind of feel like filmmaking and video editing YouTube has been getting really boring lately. So much of it just feels stale. You know what it feels like? It feels like that one meme from Toy Story where there's a bunch of Buzz Lightyears that are just lined up on the shelves, because so much of what is being made feels the same. And there are a handful of creators out here fighting tooth and nail to try and make stuff that keeps this filmmaking space on YouTube from becoming even more of a repetitive shit show than it already is. But man, they just can't keep up. Like, they're such a small group of people, and what's going on is so far beyond them. And I know that some people will take any opportunity to jump in and say, oh, it's like that because there are too many gear videos, there are too many gear reviews, there are too many boring tutorials, but hot take, I don't think that's it. I got nothing against gear videos, I got nothing against tutorials. There, I said it. All of that stuff is totally fine as far as I'm concerned. As long as they provide the viewer with some sort of useful info, they're fine. They can keep being made, fine by me. Say whatever you want about all of that stuff. I think that a much bigger problem is that nowadays it feels like a lot of creators out there have completely given up on having their own opinion about the things that they make, and they're way more focused on trying to create what they think is expected of them or what they think the viewers want. Even though the truth is, most viewers have absolutely no clue what they want to watch. They're just scrolling and randomly clicking on things, trying to keep themselves busy. But what that leads to is absolutely everything feeling the same thumbnails, same titles, same viral hook BS, same scripts that were all very obviously written by ChatGPT. It's not this, it's that. It's not X, it's actually Y. Okay, we get it. We can all tell that ChatGPT wrote that for you. But you were apparently too lazy to go in and, at the very least, try and change around some of the wording to make it sound, a little bit more human, like you. And why was that? Because you didn't even have an actual opinion to begin with about the stuff that you're talking about. Because you thought, oh, no one is gonna know. This shit sounds so cool. It sounds so profound and so thought-provoking and sophisticated. No, it doesn't. It is very clear that AI wrote it for you. But you know what? Maybe these people are right. Maybe the average viewer won't notice that a script was written with AI. And maybe if they notice, they're not gonna care. Or at least it seems like that, because all that repetitive BS is bringing in the views. So who cares, right? And listen, I get it. When you make stuff that brings in views, it feels good. It opens up opportunities like sponsorships and ad revenue, and maybe the opportunity to sell your digital products, which are all good things if you want to try and make a living off of this whole creator game. But why does that have to come at the cost of no longer sounding like a real person? It is just so weird. Like, we're in the darkest timeline of social media in general, where so much of what is being put out there is just the same shit over and over again. Same things being said, using the same exact formula, all because that is what farms views. And don't even get me started on all of the generative AI BS that's flooding in from every direction. But I guess that for some creators, the paycheck from Fartlist or Shitsfield is just too good to pass up. So why not sell your soul to the thing that's responsible for a stick of RAM costing about as much as a used car, right? Is it worth it? Maybe it's worth it. Maybe it is worth it. It's not worth it to me, but then again, maybe I'm stupid. Who knows? Maybe an AI sponsorship deal would be enough to buy myself an apartment and it would change my mind. But so far, Shitsfield have been hitting my emails with offers for $60 or $140 for a 10-minute video talking about their garbage. So we're really far off from me being able to buy an apartment with that. But I'm getting off track. I did say, I got nothing against gear videos or editing tutorials and whatever, but maybe that was a little bit hypocritical of me. I do have something against that. What I have against them is when a bunch of creators, for some reason, choose to make the same gear videos and the same editing tutorials packed with a bunch of the same surface level BS and not a shred of individual opinion. Oh, here are 5 secret gimbal settings that are gonna make your videos cinematic. Get the fuck out of here with that. Let me guess, I gotta turn down my sensitivity and bend my knees when I walk, right? You wanna know how I know that? Because you've made that video already, like 6 times over the past 3 years. And you know what pisses me off even more? It is when creators make posts and videos complaining about how many camera reviews do we need? How many lens reviews do we need? How many tutorials do we need? You wanna know how many we need? As it turns out, barely fucking any at this point. So then, why are you going right back to making the shit that you're complaining there's too much of immediately after going on socials and telling your viewers how tired you are of all of it? I'll tell you why. Because even the outrage that you're feeling is not your own opinion. You saw a bunch of people in your comment section being outraged about what's being put out there, and you were like, yeah, Yeah, you know what? I think that's my own opinion as well. No, it isn't. You haven't had your own opinion in like 5 years. I don't think gear videos or tutorials are the root of the problem. I think the reason all of this is the way it is because people forgot how to talk about the why of all of it. There is too much of a focus on the what and the how. What camera? What lens? What plugin? How do I make this trendy effect that I saw on TikTok? How do I change this menu setting in my editing software? I don't know. I'm not tech support. Plus, there's probably already like 27 other videos out there from people that have explained it from start to finish. And I don't want to just chew up the same exact information and then throw it back up and add even more noise to all of the noise that's already out there. Like when you got 2 videos already where someone is firing off numbers at you off of a spec sheet, we don't really need 100 more doing the same thing, but we get them anyways. So instead of showing me focus charts and zoomed in corners to talk about sharpness and chromatic aberration, how about you show me some cool stuff that you shot and talk about the experience? And instead of showing me a screen recording with a bunch of checkboxes in your editing software, tell me why a certain editing technique or plugin or whatever works well for your use case. Because all of that other stuff, all of that other generic info is already out there. And unless there is something that's very, very important that all of those other videos missed out and you found out somehow, in which case, go ahead and make that video. Make sure that that information is out there. Or even if it is some of the generic info, if you can put your own spin on it, make the video. That is totally fine. But unless that is the case, I've already probably heard all of that. I do agree with a lot of the people who say they want some of the more creative stuff like short films and project breakdowns and behind the scenes and that sort of thing, but I do also think that there is still room for gear videos and tutorials as long as there is a personal angle to them. Tell me why you like something, or tell me what really pisses you off about it. Like, if I wanted the specs or the numbers, I can just watch a Gerald Undone video or read the product page. I want to hear individual experiences. I want to hear what something is like in the real world. And like I said, there's a handful of creators that I can think of off the top of my head who are doing their best to do exactly that, to combine the creative stuff with some of the more technical things in a way that actually feels personal to them, which makes it so much more enjoyable to watch their content. So if you're a creator watching this, stop trying to guess what everybody wants, because again, most people have absolutely no idea what they want to watch, and make the video that you would actually click on. Make the video that you would rewatch. Make the video that you would send off to a friend of yours and be like, yo, this is sick. This is worth watching. Care more about what you think. Have your own opinions. Share your own experiences, even if they're not as flashy or as impressive as some of the stuff that you're seeing from other people on socials, because even if your own experiences don't seem too exciting to you, they might be really exciting to somebody out there who's in a similar position to you. And a little bit of authenticity feels so much more valuable to me than a bunch of performative BS, and I genuinely think that it's something people appreciate. And if you're a viewer watching this, maybe stop rewarding the stuff that you're complaining about. Don't just say that you want better videos in the comments, and actually click on and support the better videos so that the algorithm can push them to more people. And maybe, eventually, we'll manage to get out of the repetitive shit show that filmmaking and video editing YouTube has turned into. Alright, I can keep talking about this for hours, but I'm just gonna cut myself off, so that is all. Drop a comment, and I'll see you in the next video, whenever that may be. Could be tomorrow, could be next week, I got no idea because I don't have a schedule right now.